there's a hole in the book. They really like this. I think kids always like when there's a hole in a book. Hi, it's Ricarda, aka the 0.303 bookworm, and today I wanted to introduce these books by Tom Fletcher. They're called There's a Blank in Your Book. We only have two of these. We have the There's a Dragon. The original one is There's a Monster in Your Book. Then we have There's a Dragon in Your Book. There's a witch in your book. There's also an alien, a superhero, an elf. I think there might be a dinosaur one too, I'm not sure. And these are really cute. I have been reading them with my kids since the eldest turned 3. They work really well with 3-year-olds. I think for a 3-year-old, they're perfect. For a 2-year-old, they're a little bit too advanced. So a 2.5-year-old, he just wants to turn the pages. Now, one thing I really like about these picture books is that they have adorable illustrations by Greg Abbott. They're reasonably short. I mean, they're the standard 32 pages, and it always starts with, hey, there's a whatever in your book. And then it encourages you to interact with this character. So here you tickle the dragon's nose, and then the dragon sneezes and sets fire to the book, which means you now have to blow on it. And everything you do, every action that you take causes another problem until you're really just so deep in problems that essentially you have to redo everything else you did. Here is a witch. I don't know why all witches are green. I think what particularly appealed to my children about this book is that at a certain point, there's a hole in the book. They really like this. I think kids always like when there's a hole in a book, and I do too. So these are really cute. They're short, and the thing is they'll keep a child engaged, because usually when you have a kid that young, they either have to sit still, and I mean, obviously there's not a lot of words on this page that suited to the attention span of a 3 to 6-year-old or whatever. But the really fun thing is just that almost like literally every page is asking you to do something to engage with the characters. And I got this one, There's a Witch in Your Book, for Halloween for my children, because I do like to get them seasonal books sometimes. And they particularly like this one because it has magic spells. So use your finger as a magic wand and say these words: magic this, magic that, turn this witch into a cat. And they've been saying that to each other all day, pointing it like at each other. Even the toddler, he sometimes, but he's very funny, he will use a fork and say, "Piamus, you've frozen." They may have played Harry Potter. But so they'll turn each other into all sorts of things, and they say, "Mommy, she turned me into, can you please turn me back?" So that's why I really like these. They are also kind of, we have the paperback version. They're nice, they're big, they're grabbable. Like I said, what appeals to me particularly is that I think these are really cute illustrations, and they're interactive, they're funny. I've not tried yet having my 6-year-old who only just finished his phonics course reading them, because they might be a little bit too difficult for him on that. But we really enjoy them, and I definitely recommend giving them a go and just picking the one that most aligns with your child's current interest. Like I said, they have a witch, which is what I got for Halloween. There's an elf if you're feeling Christmassy already. They're just nice. You don't need the whole series, but you can get more than one. So I really recommend these for a preschooler in your life. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.